mainly because it's quite difficult to get as many people that are in camp or around camp around the fire with the night drives going out. So this is opportunity or the perfect opportunity to do so. Basically, Lishan, sorry, can you just turn that down a bit more? I'm going to do some stills images of people sitting around the fire. We need those for something that you will see later on, and it might be the images from tonight if they work. And that'll create an intro or a lead-in, if you want, like we've had for the drives and the walks and so on. So that's the reason behind it. We are going to chat a bit more as well. Rexon is sitting here with me. Rex, if you want to say how's it quickly, I'll just describe a bit more afterwards.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome here around the Fireside Chat. As you heard from Peter, myself, Rexon is my name. Sitting around the fire to chat with you for the evening chat.
Is your game?
Yeah, it's really my game.
It is a good game sitting around the fire. Now, that's exactly what I asked Rexon to do, and it was very, very quickly planned, but I think it could be fun. Our fire is not the biggest one we've ever had, but it's because our logs are the biggest ones we've ever had. Not really, but towards the end of the wood pile, we always get to the big logs, and we don't have any of the small logs left. Now, this wood that we're using, almost all our firewood is red bush willow, or Combretum apiculatum. It is a wood that is so hard, if I took that chunk and I threw it in water, it'll actually sink. It's almost 28% denser than water. But anyway, that's beside the point a bit. The fire is a bit small. I might even just cheat along a little bit, and obviously you'll have to go along with me. I might just make it a little bigger now and again, just for the images I want to get. I've asked Rex to tell us a story. Now, luckily, that's one of the things Rex can do very well. So he's going to tell us a story. None of us know what it is yet. He just thought about it in the last few minutes. And to explain, so it's not too strange for you, basically, the other people in camp tonight, Lishan, who's directing at the moment, Herman behind the camera, and Pete Bright, who's recently back from his break, they will be sitting and listening to Rex. So in terms of sound, you'll only be able to hear Rexon and occasionally maybe me. And then, sorry, trying to get the fire bigger. We'll put some old school paraffin on just now. But anyway, they're going to sit and just listen to what Rex is saying, the same as what you will be doing. And I'm going to be moving around a bit. Now, we've all had various forms of training doing this over time to not get distracted by things, so I'm sure Rex won't be distracted by my movement. And the people sitting here next to Rex, and the same as you, just listen to the story. That's the main thing. Basically, I want to try and capture some of that movement of people talking to each other around the fire. So it's going to be a bit of a different. We'll do it for the first 5, maybe 10 minutes or so, depending how long the story is. I think if there are any specific questions, either Peter, Herman, or Lishan, when Rexon is talking, feel free to ask him a little bit, but keep in mind that as you know, you won't be able to be heard. So it's going to be a bit of a story from Rex around the fire. And I'm just going to be running around in between and taking a few photographs. So maybe a bit different, but I'm sure you can play along. Afterwards, when Rex has finished his story and we've taken some images, then we'll have a bit more of a chat. I'll chat with Pete about his break and being back and a couple of the changes coming up. We are going to talk about time changes as well. From tomorrow, we're going to be going out directly from the night drive into the evening drive, as well as going out earlier for the afternoon drive. So it'll be 3 to 6 and 6 to 9, but we'll talk about that again, obviously, to make sure it's clear. And I'll give Herman a bit of a hard time because I always like doing that and so on. But we'll do that afterwards. So for now, we're just going to have a fireside story, and I've been going on along what it's going to be like for too long already. Rex, enjoy the story. If you don't mind me jumping around, I'm going to take a few pictures. See how it goes. Obviously, you guys will see the pictures afterwards if we do use them.
Yes, as I said earlier on, I just welcome everyone to join the Fireside Chat. I'm here to tell a beautiful story. It might be not the best beautiful story that I have. I just think the story within a matter of short time. So it's really amazing. I'll tell the story for 12 years back. The history of myself being out into the wild. This story happened down south. It was a really beautiful day. I remember I went out on the drive, the road called River Road, down south, Londolozi, going up looking for a game as we do. As you all know that I'm coming from the same industry, filming industry. I used to be a sound man, and later on I get studies as a cameraman, then able to take a camera with the old camera, Super 16 Reflex, the old film camera. It's heavy one. If you put it in the shoulder, you won't walk more than 1 kilometer. If you look at the technology with the Sony that we use now, it's really looking good. compared to whatever it comes from 15 years, 20 years back when it comes to filming industry. It was really, really amazing. Then to cut the story to the theme of the story, we're driving and we go out. I was sitting at the back as we do normally here on WildF, and I spotted something from the distance running. It was a female lion. Then I tell the cameraman, hey, stop, something there. Because I was having big camera with standard lens. You can put a doubler there and pop in and you film from the distance. Then I found that it's one of the female. I'm sure it was coming from Arfield Pride. Not very relaxed. She was lactating. She was having youngster. I'm not sure how many are they at that time. But anyway, able to film, get the shot. And the lion was hunting a warthog. It was chasing the warthog in the open spaces. Hit the warthog. And it was very dusty. Then I tell the cameraman to go and change into Carrier's Ice lens and put the Carrier's Ice lens and go very close, taking pictures. Soon I get to like 20 meters. The lion decided to the water while the water was still struggling and do all of that. I filmed that and we pull out and wait. Because we need to finish the story of, lions going for warthog and do eat, get the shot where the lion's eating and so on. We all decided and agree what we have made bond. I will never ever forget the reason why I still remember in 12 years time the story that I'm telling you, because I have done something wrong that I will never ever in future around in the air and wildlife to do it. Then we decided it was fine. Let's put the warthog on the back of the vehicle. It was a Land Rover TDI, and we're having a lot of space. We put it there, still squealing, and we were looking for pride of lions. We're going for the pride of lions. By that time, there was a 6 male lion that were coming specific in this area and joined to the other side of sand. And they were called the John Sparta Pride by that time. People that knows well, there was one male called Jonathan. There was one male called Two Towns on that specific pride of Lonorosi Sparta males. We found those pride. They were all 5. 2 of them they were mating. And the water was still spilling. We come from the distance. We load out the water. Once the water land down, the 2 males that are mating, they were running straight, rafting, going to the water. I was filming that. I remember I was filming that, getting that. Forms, they go to the water. The 2 male lions, they rip off the water. The other 3 lions, they didn't get nothing. And they realized, the vehicle's got food. Then what happened? While I was filming, the cameraman, the guy that were driving, because there was not a presenter by the time, it was a driver, because the cameraman, the man that is behind, is the one that will take pictures at the same time. The cameraman will be able to take sound, because it doesn't associate with that camera with the sound one time. It's not like this one. Okay. Then the lions, what have done? The guy, the driver, stopped the engine and reverse, because the lion was coming. One of the male lion, because thinking it's still another water, he jumped on top of the bonnet of the car and was filming at the same time. It was really, really scary. And I hope by accidentally we're able to pull out there. I went off from the camera and went underneath one of the seat and left the camera rolling. I all forget what happened. But when we check on the film later on, while the vehicle is moving with the lion on the bonnet of the car, the camera there is able to take all those shots, pictures. Nice. When the lion slide on the bonnet and fall down and so on. Sure. The camera able to take the whole story. And when the driver pulls out about 300 meters, there was a guy called Lightman, because we used to have big airplane lights that we normally use to shine if there's action at night, especially if buffalo are hunting. Suddenly it got to the buffalo, so we have to shine, because the action is there, it's happening. The buffalo won't
interrupt you, because I can picture exactly what you're talking about. You must have had a lot more batteries even than we have now.
Yeah.
So Alicia's going to join and Kit's going to listen to you from that side. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger.
That will look beautiful.
Ooh, watch out. Yeah, now this is the way ancient Bushmen used to make fire.
Yes.
So keep talking. You're doing perfect. Sorry to interrupt you there.
I'm still the same subject.
Yeah.
While you're there, the guy that stays at the back,